Paul Pogba's future at Manchester United is up in the air. Reports vary from day to day and from outlet to outlet. Some have said the arrival of Bruno Fernandes has given Pogba a new lease on life at Old Trafford. Others say he's to stay, but only because the pandemic has made it impossible for prospective buyers to meet his wage demands. And then there's those who suggest Juventus are to offer a swap deal, with Douglas Costa, Alexandro and Federico Bernardeschi all on the table. Or Pogba has to go to Real Madrid if United want to sign Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund, with BVB only sanctioning Sancho's departure if Los Blancos allow their promising right-back Achraf Hakimi to make his loan move to BVB a permanent one, which they'll only do if Pogba goes to the Santiago Bernabeu. So it's all getting a bit convoluted, and the only thing that is clear is that Pogba's future is unclear. He hasn't publicly changed his stance since saying he wanted a new challenge last summer. But what he has done recently is kept his outspoken agent, Mino Raiola, quiet, in turn fueling the speculation that he could indeed stay, while implying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does have some management skills considering what he said last July.
We are Man United, we don't have to sell players, so but what I have to say though is about some of the players that Paul, for example, it looks like it's going to be it's a media. I don't want to call it, but it's an agenda against Paul. He's a top bloke. He's a great professional. He's never been any problems.
The absolute truth in the matter is, however, that even if United do accept selling Pogba, it's tough to see them getting their asking price of £150 million. Actually, in the current climate, they might even have a hard time recouping the £94.5 million they spent on him in 2016. United will certainly have a hard time arguing that he's a better player now than he was back then. To compare his United years to the 4 he spent at Juve before, where he scored 34 goals and made 40 assists in 178 games, there isn't much of a difference. Certainly not enough to justify a €55 million increase in his valuation. The only real difference is that Pogba now has a World Cup winners' medal. Of course, goals and assists are only a small part of Pogba's game. And despite all the criticism Solskjaer receives for his lack of tactical awareness, even he knows that.
He can play anywhere. He can play the whole midfield. He's box-to-box midfielder. He can play he can go drop deep, get it, play them long passes. He can get higher up and combine like he did today, 1-2s. That's the beauty of having Paul, because he is the best all-round midfielder in the world. He can do all roles. But if I play him low, he should have played high, and if you play him high, he should have played low. There's always going to be that discussion with him.
With their vast commercial deals, Man United have no need to cash in on Pogba. And going off what Solskjaer has always said, the club is extremely unlikely to sanction his departure.
Well, Paul's our player, and he's got 2 years, a year plus an option of his contract, so you can expect Paul to be here, yeah.
But Solskjaer has been wrong before.
Well, 2020 sounds quite good for me, though, so I'm going to make 2020 a good year for myself.
That's right. He predicted back at New Year that 2020 would be quite good, and we can all see how that turned out. There's only one way for 2020 to be a good year for United now, and that's for the Premier League season to be cancelled with Liverpool denied the title. And that's a scenario that seems as likely as United being offered the full £150 million they're asking for to sell Paul Pogba.
Thanks for watching. For more great content on all things football, make sure you hit the subscribe button.